The second roll-in that we're going to set up for you is a little different situation. This is an event called Marching Through History that's been in Orange County for several years, sponsored by the American Veterans Organization. And what they've done is they've gotten and contacted reenactment groups from all over the western United States, even Canada, to come down, and every historical reenactment group puts on a military presentation with their uniforms and their vehicles, and builds little camps. And this is in a regional park down in Orange County. It took me about 4 or 5 years to finally get to this, because I'd heard about it on the internet for so long, and was able to go out there and shoot some video. But it goes historical periods from ancient Roman all the way up to Desert Storm, including vehicles, firearms,
tanks.
Yeah, tanks, cooking. They have tank rides. They have food, and I think it's a big fundraiser. But it's quite an event to see, especially if you're into history and military history and Americana. It's quite something to check out. So that's our second roll-in. So if the control room's ready, we'll get to see it. But like I said, that occurs in the fall around Veterans Day. So it's a bit of a drive from the San Fernando Valley, because it's down in the, I think it's in the Chino area. So it's south of us, off the freeways down there in Orange County. But let's take a look at that. I think you'll enjoy it. This is the driveway into the area where they're set up, flag of states. It's a beautiful regional park. It has a large lake and rolling hills. It was just ideal for this large group of reenactments to stake out different areas of different time periods and set up their cook stoves and their tents. And there's male and female reenactors. There's a couple of redcoats from Revolutionary War talking, a couple of gentlemen from the Spanish-American War, and their groups.
Many of the customers come dressed as well in period costumes.
This is Revolutionary War camp area. This is an area of the Civil War area looking towards another reenactment group, which is actually the Confederates. So that's sort of a battleground there that they put on a lot of events. And you will see an 82nd Airborne Ranger, World War II, walk in the camera. And they have a big setup from World War II, D-Day invasion. So this is a MASH unit, military MASH unit that was World War II or Korea. And they, as you can see, they really do it up. I mean, bless these people for schlepping all this stuff out here and setting it up, getting in their duds. And if you really enjoy history, you want your kids to learn something about military history or American history, foreign history, you can really get a enjoyable afternoon of seeing this and talking to people.
And the kids really love it, and the reenactors are really good about talking with the kids about what the equipment is and what the vehicles are and what was happening in history at that time and what their character might, what part they may have played in the war that they were in, or during the period that they're trying to represent. The kids are allowed to ride in the tanks, ride in the jeeps. They actually have a staged cannon fight between two different Revolutionary War sides. It's really exciting for the kids. They learn a lot more than they would just by reading a book, obviously, because they get to see it with their own eyes.
This is another group kit set up here. I think this is I remember that. That's the Spanish-American War gentleman talking to a Civil War guy dressed in the Civil War. And this is part of the Ancient Center ancient military. This is a Roman reenactment. I think it's the 6th Legion.
They actually had women in the camps cooking food from the period as well. So you could have a taste of baked goods from nearly any point in history from the ladies that are in the camp.
They talk about recipes and what a woman would wear, and these people are really walking encyclopedias because they take it very seriously, and they're always very interested in sharing all the research they've done. This is a lookout from the Confederate side of the battleground, looking up the hill where the British Revolutionary War guys had set up. So there's a real smattering of outfits and time periods and people's interests when you go to this event. The Southern California area has a lot of these reenactment groups, but
there goes the tank.
There's the tank ride. That's World War II light Stuart tank that for a little bit of money you're allowed to ride in, which would have been a real kick. We didn't get a chance to do that, but that will be involved. That piece of equipment will be involved in a World War II reenactment that comes up later in the afternoon, and you can see a little more of the different camps and setups for the different. This is the World War II reenactment. And the gentlemen that are running away from that World War II half-track are the Germans. They have a few German reenactment groups. And this is the Americans against the Germans. Of course, they're firing blanks, because you lose a lot of reenactments that way if you don't. But it's great to see these large pieces of equipment actually getting out and being used. So what's happening is the Germans were in this little stream bed area, where that brushy area, and then the Americans came in with a couple of vehicles to force them out of that defensive area, and the Germans are being pushed back down through the stream.
It was fun watching the kids point out the Nazis to the Americans. They're down here, they're down here.
It's kind of like rabbit hunting. And I think this half-track now has been disabled, and the rifle squad is going to try to move up and use it as coverage. These guys that do this World War II reenactment, I remember when I was young, it was very easy to find a lot of war surplus in World War II or Korea, but now, in 2006, the World War II reenactment uniforms and stuff are just really not out there anymore in your Army surplus stores. You almost have to build it from scratch, just like if you were trying to do something earlier in Civil War or Revolutionary War or earlier than that, Ancient War stuff, Renaissance, Ancient War, that sort of thing. But I really have to take it off to these guys. They really put on quite a good show, and it's actually not statistical, but strategy-wise, this is a standard treatment for attacking a defensive position.
Well, it's realistic enough that some of the teachers up in our school district have actually assigned attending this for extra credit if the kid could go and come back with any kind of report on what they saw or what period of history they were most interested in. They would actually get extra credit in the class. That's how realistic these reenactors have made their display. Other than no one's dying.
Very reminiscent of current films like Band of Brothers and Private Ryan, of course, without all the blood and guts. But these people that are involved, boy, they really know their history, and not to mention monetary investment in all this uniforms and weapons and blanks and all this sort of stuff.